All right, let's think about lines for a moment. We want to plot 2 points on the Cartesian plane, the point 1, 7 and the point 4, -2. So 1, 7 is approximately here, right? 1 movement in my x, 7 movements in my y. 4 -2 is 1, 2, 3, 4, down 2. All right, so plotted those points in the Cartesian plane. The second part wants us to graph the line going through these points. All right, 2 points uniquely identify that straight line, right? There's no other straight line that I could have drawn. Let's figure out what this line is. So it's a straight line. I know it's y is equal to mx plus b because every straight line looks like that. Now I can recover the slope from its definition, right? The definition of slope is change in y over change in x. So my change in y could be 7 minus a -2, right? Those are my two y values. And the corresponding change in x would then be 1 minus 4. This gives me a 9 in my numerator. It gives me a -3 in my denominator. That simplifies to -3. So what we just told ourselves is every one movement over in the x direction, the function drops down 3 movements. And that's the slope. All right, so now our line looks like y is equal to mx plus b. Let's figure out what that b value is. Remember, the b is that y-intercept. Where am I going to cross this y-axis? So let's take that line, y is equal to mx plus b, and let's find an x and a y point that satisfies that straight line. Well, we have 2 of them. Let's look at this one. The y value is -2 when the x value is 4. B is now the only thing that's missing, so we can solve for it. We have -2 is equal to -12 plus b. Adding 12 to both sides, we get 10 is equal to b. So it turns out, actually, the way that we drew it, it's pretty good. The y-intercept is 10. Okay. So our straight line, right? We have the slope, we have the y-intercept. Y is equal to -3x plus 10. That's the equation of that straight line right there. All right, all x, y values on that straight line satisfy that equation. All right, so we graph the line going through those points. Let's find a line parallel to this line that passes through the point 4, 0. So let's get rid of some work. Now, if I'm drawing a parallel line, then that means this line will have the same slope as that first line. Let's first locate 4, 0. That's 4, 0 right there. And I want a line that's parallel, so they have the same slope. So in fact, let's color code this. This is line number 1. Line number 2, again, it's a straight line, so it's mx plus b. That's the relationship between y and x. The m is going to be, again, -3, right? In order for them to be parallel, I need them to have the same slopes. And I need a y and x value to find that y-intercept. Well, the only point that I know that satisfies this straight line is the point 4, 0. So the y value is 0 when x is equal to 4. 0 is equal to -12. Plus b. B has to be 12. So this straight line, if we were to continue it, would cross up here at the y value of +12. The equation is then y is equal to -3x plus 12. All right, the last part, find a perpendicular line to the first line that passes through -4, 0. So minus 4, 0 is over here. And I want a line that's perpendicular, right? It has a right angle with our first two lines. So let's solve this. Again, it's a straight line. Y is equal to mx plus b. Now, because I know that the red line is perpendicular to the first two lines, it has the opposite reciprocal slope. So this m right here is minus 1 over the slopes of one of the first lines, right? Because the first two lines share the same slope. So here we have minus 1 over a minus 3, or a 1/3. So the slope of the red line is positive 1/3. To find the y-intercept, it's the same trick. We need an x and a y point on this red line, the only one that we have. Y is equal to 0 when x is equal to minus 4. So 0 is equal to minus 4/3 plus b. That tells us b has to be 4/3. So the red line is y is equal to mx plus b. Okay.